Hello Aries and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot and it's time for November readings. I've got the Star Maiden Tarot deck this month, and as always these are general readings for a general audience, so we will talk about whatever comes up. And it's not quite the same as a one-to-one reading. It might really resonate with you. It might resonate a little bit or a little bit later in the month because it might be predictive, and so you might not recognize it right now, but it might kick in later in the month. Or one of your other placements might really resonate with you. So be sure to check out the videos for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And of course, I offer these readings with love and support. But if it doesn't fully resonate with you, just take the parts that resonate and leave the rest for another Aries. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. And if you've been here before, you know I like to fast forward the video over the shuffling part because I like a long, solemn shuffle. I don't like to chit-chat over that part. So I will catch up with you when I'm ready to lay out the cards. Okay. I will see you in just a bit. Okay, Aries, let's see what we've got. Four of Wands, Nine of Wands, Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands. Okay, that's a lot of fire. That's amazing. Okay. Getting ourselves situated here. So with the Eight of Wands here, I read this particular card as sort of the main theme or the main focus of this particular reading. It's not the only thing that's going to happen to you in November, but just for this particular reading, we're seeing a lot of messages, invitations, some seeds that you have planted in the past, some work efforts, some communication you have put out in the past has inspired a return. So like there's a return on your investment is kind of what we're seeing here. This is invitations, this is messages, this is maybe interviews. So if you're someone who's been looking for jobs or looking for collaborators, something of that nature. This is those sort of conversations coming back. And this would be the sort of stuff that really lights your fire. It's stuff that you have an ego attachment to. So like in the example of somebody, any Aries that are looking for jobs, it's that stuff that you've put your resume out for to those companies or those positions that you are really into, or people that you've sought out to collaborate on projects that you're really into, or people that you've really wanted to work with, or that sort of thing. The Suit of Wands is very much the suit of, you know, passion and creativity, that stuff that really fires us and drives us. It's associated with our ambition and our, our passions. So it's November is going to see you kind of fired up to make those connections and to have those conversations with the folks that you want to connect with and you want to maybe work on those creative projects with, or those companies that you want to work with or connect with in that way. This is positive positive advancement. positive invitations, forward momentum. So you'll want to be sure that you're checking your messages, checking your DMs, your emails, even places where you don't necessarily think that you'd be getting messages. Make sure you've got your cell phone turned on and your ringer or whatever. Make sure you're looking out for incoming messages. As you can see in this card here, you know, these wands are kind of in flight. Let's see if we can get this in focus. One moment. You know, and that kind of represents the energy in flight, or the kind of momentum that's coming, these invitations, this conversation, this kind of forward movement. These messages are coming at you. So whether it's DMs or emails or, you know, other sorts of messages, make sure you're able to catch them, because the other piece of this is it's fast energy. It's lightning fast. So you don't want to hesitate. You don't want to miss them. You don't want to hesitate. This is stuff you want to feel free to say yes to. You want to catch the message because you want to be able to say yes to it. And moving on, we do see that you make this connection. The Four of Wands is a celebration card. And it's there's this piece about commitment with the Four of Wands. Sometimes it can mean an engagement or a marriage. So this could literally be, for some Aries, I don't want to get anyone's crazy hopes up, but for some Aries, it could literally mean an engagement or a wedding. But sometimes it can refer to a celebration of another kind, like maybe you present your thesis, and so you have a celebration for that, like, or a graduation, or you can, you know, you finally get that job that you had the interview for, and you celebrate with your friends or family or partner or whatever it is. But there's an element of celebration with the Four of Wands here, usually for an accomplishment or an achievement, a milestone, something that you have done or you have achieved, is something that you're happy to share with your loved ones. For some Aries, this could also be along the lines of maybe you've just purchased a new home. That can come under this kind of celebration too. It could be like a housewarming party sort of a situation. It could be like opening a business, a food truck even. You know, there's also an entrepreneurial, like a launch piece that can come with this. It'll be slightly different, obviously, for different Aries, but it could be anything along those lines. I'm going to leave that there for a moment and move on to the Nine of Wands, because with all of this energy coming at you, you could have a few different invitations. You could be working on a few different projects, or there could be a few different areas in your life where you get some yeses, or you make some connections or commitments. You could have some personal developments as well as some developments in your work, career sort of trajectory. The Nine of Wands suggests that you may be burning the candle at both ends. Let's see if we can get this. This is such an adorable card. It doesn't quite suggest kind of the same way in other tarot decks, but there is a slight need here for a little bit of self-protection. The Nine of Wands usually indicates that it's possible you've taken on a little bit too much, and you do want to be careful not to work too hard. It is okay to set some limits, even when you've got some projects that are coming in that are so delicious, or that you've waited for so long, to be mindful of a realistic schedule, Aries. You can be so beautifully excited to take on work. But you do, especially around the holidays, you do have to be realistic about what is possible. So if you need to set some projects, maybe for launching later in the year after the holidays or something like that, do take care of yourself. There is a little bit of a warning here with the Nine of Wands to be careful of your own energetic sort of levels. There's just a little bit of a advice here of self-preservation. And there's also in the Eight of Cups, there's a piece here that you might have to let go of something while you're moving towards something new. There's something you might have to let go of. It might be time to let go of something that maybe no longer fits kind of the new project or new lifestyle. So, for example, it might be something like a job, like a day job. So if you're one of those people who's like an artist, who has been waiting for their big break, maybe you're a singer and you've been working on your demo while also working in an office, and maybe you finally get discovered in this phase and it's time to let go of the day job in the office, something like that. The Eight of Cups can augur a time when you recognize that there's something in your life that you can let go of, that you can walk away from something that has fulfilled its purpose or that has run its course, that no longer serves you, and in fact has now sort of become more of a drain on your resources than it serves you. And that you can move forward towards sort of a new phase or a new chapter. So this looks like an extremely exciting new chapter, Aries. And it looks like there's a few new projects or a few new areas that are going to see some much waited for change or new growth, new advancement. It could be in the realm of your personal life, or an entrepreneurial or job change, or for freelancers or gig workers, maybe a new collaboration, something like that. There is the warning of, not taking on too much, or at least setting a realistic a schedule, just not working too hard, with as much as you want to do and as excited as you are to take on some of these projects. You do have to be realistic about how you're making use of your time, and to that end, you may have to let a project go, or let something else in your life go. And this could also be something that you love that has to go on the back burner for another time. I've used this example before, actually. Sometimes, like, there's a hobby we enjoy that has to go on the back burner, like if you belong to a bowling league or a community theater association. Sometimes we have to step back, or a PTA. Sometimes we have to step back if we have another obligation that takes on too much of our time, or if we're happy, you know, maybe one of the exciting invitations you get is to help your sister plan her wedding. You know, that could be a thing. And that might mean telling your bowling league, you know, I'm going to have to drop out for 3 months because I'm my sister's maid of honor. And, you know, it could be that sort of thing. That's just a very specific, and it's certainly not true for all Aries. That's just like one example. Sometimes we have to, you know, make these difficult choices about how we, you know, prioritize things that, you know, the associations that we love. But in any case, you're about to be a very popular person with projects and commitments and invitations coming in. But certainly, you know, probably for many Aries in the area of your job career path, and certainly it could be also for some Aries personal, a romantic, could be friend stuff, association. It could, you know, I don't want to belabor this too much, but I think you get the idea. In any case, I think you're going to, as long as you don't work and play too hard, Aries, I think you're really going to love November. Thank you so much for dropping by. Do take good care of yourself. Until next time, bye for now.